Hello and welcome. My name's Galahad, and today I will be reviewing the MV7 USB/XLR microphone. With it being a combination microphone, it is perfect for streamers as you can talk on your console while also talking to your stream at the same time with the same microphone, which is freaking epic. It also has a ton of other features that we'll be going over. This review will also be a bit different than other reviews that you've seen, as I'm going to discuss why this microphone is practical and its pros and cons compared to some other ones, instead of doing a bunch of comparisons of what it sounds like. For full transparency, I did receive this product for free in exchange for an unbiased written review on bestbuy.com, but decided on my own volition to do a video review, so that will not bias my opinion in any way, shape, or form. So let's get nerdy. Many have compared it to the Shure SM7B XLR microphone. I personally don't find this to be a very reasonable comparison, as the SM7B sounds better, is far more expensive, and is just a better microphone all around while being made for a completely different target market. I think a lot of that confusion comes from it looking very similar and also having a very similar name. MV7, SM7B, they both have a 7, they both have an M. Coincidence? I think not. So, what is the target market? Well, it's streamers, YouTubers, podcasters, vocalists, etc., who are just starting off, those who don't want to get into the XLR game, or those users who want a single microphone that offers the best flexibility by allowing you to use both USB, XLR, or both at the same time. The main application that will make this microphone a banger is the ability to use the microphone on your computer to talk to stream, while also having it plugged into your console to talk to game/party chat, and having those both running at the same time. No more having two microphones plugged in, one for each. Instead, you can just use one microphone plugged into both. This was confirmed by me when I was plugging it in via USB to my PlayStation 5 and via XLR to my PC, and having them both up and running and going without any issues. You can also have both plugged into your PC for whatever reason you can find, such as having a backup recording in case one gets corrupted. I don't know. You can figure it out yourself if that's your jam. It is also a great microphone for travel, as it will work on anything that supports XLR or USB, is relatively compact, and the build quality and aesthetics are premium while being low profile, since it's got a metal design. With it being low profile, it can also blend into your setup if you would like, or you can make it stand out, whichever is best for you. With it being a dynamic microphone, it will also limit the overall sound on the sides and backs of it, and does best when you are talking close to it, as the proximity effect is rather dramatic. So if you have a loud environment, this may help lessen the noise to those on the receiving end, which they will be appreciative of. If you are just starting off or are just looking at buying a USB microphone, you really shouldn't look any further, as this microphone provides absolute brilliant sound quality via USB, with the ability to upgrade later to XLR if you so choose. However, I found it doesn't sound any better over XLR than it does over USB, which is super impressive, as usually USB microphones don't sound anywhere near as good as an XLR microphone. So, hats off for that. But that means buying an external audio interface and XLR cord, which aren't included, makes it even more expensive without any benefit. Also, if you already have an audio interface and an XLR cord, I'd recommend buying a different microphone, as you can find others that are cheaper that sound just as good, or buy some that are better for the same price. Also, it comes in with a built-in shock mount, and you will need to buy an external boom arm or mount. I'm personally using the Rode PSA-1, which I do recommend buying. It's very expensive, but I think if you're planning on using something like this all the time, it's worth just making the investment in buying a good one. I used a crap mic arm forever, and I will never buy another crap arm in my life, because this is so much better. So it's kind of worth the money. It's a big investment. I'm assuming that if you're about to drop $250 on a microphone, that you might have some more extra lying around. But by all means, you could also buy a cheap one. This is a tangent that wasn't supposed to be in this video, so we're going to move on. So we've covered that this sounds good, looks good, and feels good, But it's not all rainbows and butterflies. I tested it mostly from an XLR point of view, which is what this entire video is on with, because I already have an audio interface and everything you would need for that. As an XLR microphone, it performs well, but you can buy a lot cheaper microphones that provide just as good or better sound. I found for my voice, which also plays a huge role in the correct microphone that you buy, to not work ideally for it. I have a relatively deep voice with strong mids. This microphone heavily emphasizes those mids and bass, which makes me sound muddy and hard to understand, which was also kind of an issue with the SM7B that a lot of people have. And I think it's just the tuning in general for this, but that can also make you sound very podcaster or like radio-like, which a lot of people also like. So, or sexy because you're with the deeper register. Anyways, I had to do a lot of tweaking on my audio interface to make it sound what I consider to be good. But once I got that sound on lock, things sounded great. Obviously, you can judge that yourself on how you think this review is sounding so far. Another issue that I ran into is if you are hitting the microphone arm, so this XLR port or USB port, that the sound is transferred into the microphone, which is a bit disappointing at this price point. Speaking of it being a dynamic microphone, the windscreen on it is not the best, as they skimped on the padding on the very front, which makes plosives, PS, etc. kind of harsh. Part of the reason why I'm speaking off access is to help with that also, so you can see my face, along with having an extremely strong proximity effect. If you are 2 inches away and then move 1 inch away, the volume nearly doubles. For example, hello, how are you doing today? Hello, how are you doing today? So you need to be highly cognizant of that when doing recordings to ensure your voice level stays constant and consistent. A quick microphone test with what this sounds like with and without processing is happening right now. Hi, my name's Galahad, and today I'm testing the Shure MV7, which sounds a lot like the SM7B, which was either intentional or got someone fired. Either way, it is a win for us because it sounds excellent. This is me talking with processing. This is me whispering. This is me yelling. This is me crying. I mean, in a normal voice. This is me about an inch away, now about 2 inches away, and now about 6 inches away, and now about a foot away. All right, obviously that was way off. So, hi, my name's Galahad, and today I'm testing the Shure MV7, which sounds a lot like the SM7B, which was either intentional or got someone fired. Either way, it is a win for us because it sounds excellent. This is me talking without processing. This is me whispering. This is me yelling. This is me crying. I mean, a normal voice. That was awkward. This is me about an inch away, and this is me about 2 inches away. Now this is about me 6 inches away, and this is about me a foot away. So obviously the distances were super scientific and accurate there. Let me know if you hear a difference between the two in the comment section down below. It comes with a USB micro to USB-C or a USB micro to USB-A. It would have been nice to have seen USB-C instead of USB micro, but whatever, manufacturers just really like to keep us on our toes by torturing us and forcing us to use USB micro because it's like a cockroach and it just won't die. Both of those cables are super long, so you shouldn't have too much issue getting the microphone where you want, as there's a lot of excess slack there. It does not come with an XLR cable or an actual mount, so you'll need to buy those separately, especially the mount. I don't think you'd be able to actually get this to balance by itself. So that's a little bit unfortunate and a little more expensive. But then again, I feel like most microphones you don't have a mount for either, so I don't know why I'm complaining about this. Setup is super easy, no matter which one you use. The onboard touch controls do not work via XLR, but do work through USB, and they work relatively well. They work about as good as you would think a touch thing would work. So most of the time it registers the clicks, and sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes that can be frustrating. But for the most part, it does a really good job. The application that you need to install to get the full use out of the USB connection is also simple to navigate and works well, but is not needed, but is recommended if you are using it via USB, and it does not work if you are using it via XLR. So moving on to the conclusion, I absolutely love the flexibility and design of this microphone. Truly. As a USB microphone, it is an easy recommendation if you can afford it. If you are using it for an XLR microphone, I would definitely recommend doing more research on other microphones if you are a streamer gamer or enjoy talking on console and PC at the same time, this is the best you will find. If you are traveling a lot or need a microphone to work on multiple devices, it is also a great choice. The only big issue is that it does not sound anywhere near as good as the Shure SM7B and should not be compared to it. The main thing they share is that they look like and are both dynamic microphones with similar naming structure, and also similar kind of sound is not super far off. I found the sound quality for my voice, bass, and midfield to not be great and often left me unimpressed for the cost, but once I did some dialing in, it was a lot better, as the frequency response isn't terrific, especially for the price. It also has a poor mic cover and has a lot of sound transfer when hitting the mic arm or cables, which makes me sad, but otherwise does good. I think they are asking a bit too much for this guy. I think $150 to $200 would be a more competitive price, as $250 takes you into another price bracket that opens up a lot of possibilities if you know what you are looking for or willing to do your research. Leave a like, dislike, subscribe, hit up my social media, go subscribe to me on Twitch, and share this video if you'd like. Otherwise, I will see you and your beautiful face on the next one. God bless, and peace out.